What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkstrider. Yesterday, I put up a video where I was asking, what in the heck did Kassandra do with all those Isu artifacts that she keeps collecting? When we got to Assassin's Creed Valhalla and they did the crossover, we know that she is collecting Isu artifacts, but what is she doing with it? She can't destroy it. I don't know if she knows how to destroy it. Even with today's technology, can you destroy an Isu artifact? I don't know. So, Hans Hansen 691 had stated, if the Isu artifacts can't be destroyed, do what Connor did and drop them in the ocean. Which, I mean, that brings up a good point. Could they just sink to the bottom of the ocean and we be done with them? Or is there an Isu artifact that can go underwater and reclaim said Isu artifacts? So we know that the Isu artifacts are based in real world items, and they just gave them a fictional sort of flair. So we have, like, Joan of Arc carried the Sword of Eden. You know, Excalibur was actually the Sword of Eden. And we get to see the Sword of Eden in Valhalla. We get to see the Spear of Odin in Valhalla, which is also another Isu artifact. You know, a lot of those different spears as different items, all artifacts, you know, fictional things, had many names. I'm not sure if there's anything that was actually aquatic, like something that could cause a human to swim underwater, besides Poseidon's trident. That is the only thing that I know of. And in Valhalla, Odyssey, you actually find it, and you could breathe underwater. But I don't know if it'll prevent you from the crushing depths of deep water. I don't know if that's something that's possible. Otherwise, by the time Kassandra gets to the American frontier where Connor threw the item into the water, it's possible that she could have gone and retrieved it that way with the the trident. Now, again, I want to know, like, what she did with all this. One of the things that I thought of, honestly, was the island where she has the Spear of Leonidas that you upgrade once you get all those little triangles from the members of the people who predate the Templars. Possibly in that forge, she could be storing them and hiding them all. And maybe, just maybe, it has the technology where it just appears like a mountain. So that way, anybody who tried to discover it cannot, maybe it's an island that nobody cares about. At this point in 2025 AD, possibly that is unused. It's overgrown with brush and stuff like that. Nobody's interested in seeing what this mountain has and whatnot. I mean, that's one of the things that I could think of. As far as destroying them, I don't know. I could also see that, she would be using a bunch of those items in order to retrieve other items. For instance, like the trident I just said. Maybe there's something underwater. She uses the trident. She gets under the water. She grabs the item. The piece of Eden. It's a possibility. I don't think that she would power it up. She may use it in her search for all these things. Maybe she even studies some of it. I don't know. There's so many things that they could have done that they did not do with Kassandra, with a lot of these characters. And honestly, they could revisit them. And I think that that's part of why they're gearing up with this whole Animus Hub. I think that maybe we're going to start seeing other stories that go on or have gone on with these characters, where their stories are not finished and rather than doing direct sequels like making an Odyssey Part 2 or a Mirage Part 2, maybe, just maybe, what they're going to do is DLC add-ons that we get that you can play through and find out more about these characters, their lives, etc. Again, like I said, with DLC, you can go to an Xbox 360 or a PS3, and any game that was on either of those systems, you could create a brand new DLC for and play it at any point. Does not matter. Does not matter how old it is, as long as you can connect it online and you can add the DLC to it, it could be done. You could see in the future, any of your Mortal Kombat, your Street Fighter games, you could see brand new characters added at any given time. For instance, look at Stellar Blade. It came out for PC recently, and they revamped it. Now there's all these new nano suits that you can collect. The game was a year old by the time it came out on PC, and they updated both the PC and the PS5 version so that you have all new nano suits and whatnot. Which, to be fair, they're just reskins of older nano suits, but it could be done. It could be done. Now, I really would like to revisit a bunch of older Assassin's Creed assassins, characters, areas, things like that. I think that we would have a lot of fun finding out more about those characters. Like I said, when I first saw that Odyssey was coming out, I thought for sure it was going to be a direct Bayek sequel, because there was so much to tell there, and they didn't tell anything further. Same thing with Odyssey. There's so much you could tell, and they didn't do anything. Valhalla, they kind of did end her story. They have a thing where she goes to Vinland, and she lives out the rest of her days there. I mean, there's not much to tell at that point. They could have kept telling stories, but they decided to end it, which was really weird. Kassandra, her story is constant throughout all these years, being the oldest character in the whole Assassin's Creed, other than the Isu people. Like, even though they're all gone, like their characters, Juno trying to come back to life. I mean, Juno obviously would be older than Kassandra, but I still would like to see, like what ended up happening. I still want to see an Isu Assassin's Creed, which is all Isu, which is all based on Isu, and see how they lived and what they did. You go into the genetic memories of somebody who has Isu ancestry, like Kassandra. I would love to see that. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Would you like to see like older Assassin's Creed characters and games? Would you like to see extra stories from all those characters? Maybe revisit the game itself and play stuff like that? What do you think of the Isu artifacts? Do you think that they're hidden away somewhere? Do you think that they're underwater, like I had just read? Or do you think that, they're just destroyed somehow, that someone found a way to destroy them? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one.